Welcome back to E Magazine. Now, on today's edition of E Talk, I have a special guest joining me, and it's not just one, but two from Safaricom Youth Orchestra. They've been here before, but the individuals joining me today are explaining how they've taken music to a whole different level and not just play the instrument, but also start a business through that. Now, joining me, first of all, is Kevin Obara, who was able to go to Germany and study how to repair instruments, and through that knowledge, he was able to start his own workshop right here in Kenya. Thank you so much for joining me, Kevin.
Welcome.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. You?
I'm fine, thank you as well. I just want to jump right into getting to know how you got into Safaricom Youth Orchestra and your experience to where you are today.
Okay, so I was one of the founders of the orchestra because I was in the first class. This is in 2014. I was by then a Form 2 student in St. Francis of Assisi Secondary School. So yeah, I was playing my tuba as usual with the ghetto classics, and then the news came that there was an audition going to happen for a new orchestra that Bob Colima was starting. And so yes, so I did the audition, and luckily I passed. And so we started our practice. Then we were doing the practices in Strathmore. And then yes, so this is how I found myself in the orchestra.
Wonderful, such an amazing story right there. And then what made you decide to pick this particular instrument? I feel like there's always a story behind it for instrumentalists like you.
Yeah, so personally I love bass. I love playing very low notes, and tuba being one of the instrument, the one of the brass instrument that actually plays the very low notes. So I decided to pick the instrument. And
wow,
so,
it looks like a lot of work. How long did it take for you to know how to play this fluently? Yeah,
the funny thing is that you will get a student who will come to your class, and then after a week, because the tuba is purported to be playing something like, so normally you will hear someone saying the tuba plays something like, so it's normally thought that that's the only thing tuba can do. So you will hear someone come into a class and plays this and then say, I'm a tuba player. But again, there's a lot of technicality involved with the instrument.
It looks like it.
Yes, yes.
It looks very technical.
Yeah, so it took me around 4 years to be able to play and teach someone.
Tell me about your workshop that you started and what inspired you to start this particular workshop.
Yeah, so with the playing instruments, I realized that one of my strength was finding solutions. I always wanted to find solutions for different things that were happening around us.
Yes.
And so one of the problem was that always I will realize that an instrument is broken, it's down, it's not working. But again, we will sit down and then I think, maybe we should look at what's the problem with the instrument. And so with looking at this, I realized that I was solving problems with the instruments, even without good knowledge. And so one day I sat down with my director, who is Elizabeth Njoroge at Ghetto Classics. And I told her I wanted to do this training, so maybe I could repair music instruments in the future. And so the first training I did was in the International School of Kenya. It was with a trainer who came from the Colorado Institute of Music Technology. He came and did a 2 days training, but this was not enough to make me a good person, the best person in repairing instruments. And so yeah, so I got a chance to travel and go to Germany to do the training. And so with different teachers here and there, I managed to now have the capability to start my own workshop.
Wonderful. And how long was this the training in Germany?
The training in Germany was in 3 months. I did the training in 3 months, and then I'm supposed to be also, so it is something that will be continuous. I'll be going still to have the lessons, also maybe to think about now building the instruments. Okay. So not just living, because we have people who are repairing instruments here in Kenya.
Yes.
So now we need to take it a notch higher. And so now I'm thinking also about building my own instruments in the future.
That's amazing. Yeah. I mean, you're figuring out a problem for musicians like you, because
Yes.
I'm pretty sure for musicians like you it's very hard to find places to fix this instrument at even a low price, because I can imagine how expensive it can be.
Especially even the professionalism involved in it. Someone might pick an instrument like this one, and maybe you have a problem here, and they just decide to solder it the way they can solder it.
Wow.
But now if you sit down and really work on it well and do a really nice job, that's what I want. I want a situation where you have people who really don't only look at repairing an instrument, but even the quality of the job.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know if you faced any challenges starting this workshop, and what's been the feedback, with your customers.
Yeah, of course, one of the challenges is the raw materials involved with the repairs.
Yes.
We don't have, there are so many things that I would want. Let's say, for example, with a violin. A violin has something we call a bow. This bow has got a hair. The hair comes from, the good hair comes from the tail of a horse.
Okay.
So you find out that these raw materials are not available here in Kenya. So this is one of the challenges. So you have to maybe get a good amount of money and then import the material. So one of the challenges is having materials.
That sounds quite pricey.
Yeah, it is really a lot of money.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Now, my final question for you is, being an instrumentalist, someone who's even started their own workshop, their own business, they're helping musicians out there to fix a problem. Would you encourage, people like you, individuals like you, to look at playing an instrument not as just a skill or a talent, but as something that you can find a business opportunity with?
Yeah. When I was in Germany, I could attend concerts. And in these concerts, I could see people who are really professionals, who don't only play these instruments as a hobby, but actually they're getting payment from the government. So it is something that maybe in future we need to think as a country, like we need to take this country more further and also start appreciating live music, where someone like a kid who has played an instrument for 12 years can come and play something to you and you can really appreciate it. So personally, I say, if we don't get the support you want from the government or from anyone else, then we should start it ourselves. We should start doing these concerts. We should start doing live shows so that you can at least raise something, even if you can't get a job for it, but at least you have a show for yourself. So yeah, personally, I will encourage someone, take music as a business. It is a business.
Yes.
It is really, it costs really a lot of money to repair an instrument. It costs a lot of money to get a musician to come and perform in a concert. So
100%.
just do it as a business. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you for such inspiring words. I don't want to waste any time because I really want to see you perform, and I don't even know how this humongous thing works. I'm really excited. Thank you so much for making time, Kevin. So let's just get a chance to see you perform the tuba, as you'd called it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm going to play Ave Maria by one of my favorite composers called Bach Gounod. And we played this music for the Pope when he came to Kenya.
Wow.
So I really love the music.
That's amazing. Well, you can take the floor.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow,
Thank you.
amazing. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for that.
You're welcome.
Enjoyed it. Now, guys, we'll be right back with more. Please do not go anywhere because we have another guest joining us from Safaricom Youth Orchestra, and she plays a violin, and we're very excited to see how that goes down.